back in the day, Fedor was beating everybody that was top of the food chain, and I mean, and made it look easy.
Yeah,
just destroyed good fighters. His ground and pound was the nastiest, heaviest hitting ground and pound of anybody ever. His speed was absolutely way above everybody else's. He had a great submission game. His judo, as far as his throws, he was outstanding with them. He always had the ability to be hit, and so could Stipe have hit him on the chin and hurt him? Yeah, it's a possibility. But Stipe, being the guy that uses his boxing and has got good boxing, but uses his wrestling too, in the end, I just don't see. Back when Fedor was young, it would have been a different fight.
Yeah,
hard fight for Stipe.
Yeah, for Fedor, he was someone that was able to get in and out so fast, and the speed of his right hand was just phenomenal. And then that led right into the clinch and the trips and the throws and all the stuff. And then if he got on top of you, you weren't getting up.
Nope.
And he was landing vicious ground and pound. And Stipe doesn't have a chance of subbing him. I mean, he was on the ground with Nogueira multiple times, and he fought almost the whole fight down there and just destroyed Nogueira from the ground and pound position. He's like, look, I'm going to jump into your game, and I'm just going to destroy you from there. And he did that. And
multiple times.
Too many people get caught up into like what we watched tonight. They look at what's happening in the present. Roy Jones gets clipped all the time and knocked out by young fighters. Mike Tyson didn't look the same towards the end of his career. Fedor Emelianenko doesn't look the same now towards the end of his career. No. But in their primes, they were animals. They were savages. Roy Jones was the guy that just would touch everyone and knock everyone out, but couldn't be touched. I mean, he was the Floyd Mayweather before there was a Floyd Mayweather.
Do you remember Roy Jones went and did a full basketball game? Because he actually was part of I want to say it was a professional league, but he owned the team. He went and played a full basketball game on the day of his fight.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's the kind of stuff that Roy Jones used to do. Roy Jones ate up great fighters.
Yeah.
You know, James Toney was a phenomenal fighter for how many years and was the middleweight champion. Roy Jones made him look bad. Nobody did that to James Toney. When Roy Jones was at the top of his game, he was unbelievable. Yeah. He was fast. He had power. You couldn't hit him. He just made you look bad. So
Tyson.
No.
Same thing with Tyson, right? In the early part of his career when he was still, 19, 20, 21, 22. I mean, like, he was just crushing dudes, guys that were grown-ass men. He was making them look like they didn't belong in there. Like, what do you mean you're the champion? Let me show you. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, just sometimes you get those fighters that are just that damn good. And, Fedor was one of them.
100% agree. Okay.